Leo, Sun, Moon, rising in Venus, welcome. Warriors of Light Astro Tarot, I'm David, and we're doing the heart spread this read, a special heart spread I call the higher self read. Instead of looking at love and romance and relationship, I'm looking at your relationship with your higher self. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm kind of focusing a lot also on the Scorpio full moon at 25 degrees Scorpio. It's a big energy. And but we'll look at some of the astrological considerations otherwise. With that one, that's solidly a square to you, so pretty much hitting all of Leo. 10 degrees, was the eclipse of the sun, and now 25 degrees just the other night with the full moon was the eclipse of the moon. And so anywhere in there, and in there, you got 15 degrees Uranus. You got the nodes at 22. So with square energy like that in the nodes, it's usually about think back 14 years to 18 years, back to like 2004, say. Think back there around-ish 2004. And particularly for this reading, as I go along spiritually, kind of where you were at. And something is up, and it's just pressure. Squares are pressure. Not bad. Wishes are bad. They're harmonious, inharmonious. They're inharmonious, but you get a lot of people with squares in their natal chart, and they are bangers once they get older because they feel that pressure growing up to deal with those squares, and then they do. They learn, they grow, they become stronger and stronger. And so you might be feeling some of that. You've got, in Aries, though, you've got Jupiter just moved to 1 degree, and that's going to be trining you. So you're kind of in the same situation as me. I'm a Sag. This is great news, guys, for months on end. It'll go back a little bit, and it'll come back and finish the year in Aries and into next year. So Jupiter is the great benefic. That's the cavalier. It's going to bring juicy, good energy. And that trine energy, to keep in mind, that's there. You might not even notice it. Just you'll notice things kind of getting better. Really should be feeling better. You got Venus at 15. So again, that's trine. Venus is the minor benefic, so really good energy. That could be more relevant to this reading with love and relationships. So that's the general lay of the land for you. Everything's happening over there. But you're coming in here with the Eight of Pentacles. So I believe if this is your reading, you've been doing the soul work. This is the good worker cards, one of the most positive cards in the deck. And by the way, I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale deck, if you can even see it there. That's my box deck, the only one I have. That's really my oldest, and I've been having a hard time, so I'm going to use my traditional deck today. I feel so comfortable with it. But this is the best card in the deck. It's just so good. And in this kind of reading, I'm kind of thinking this is just about the best card you could have right here. But if you've been doing this kind of work, spiritually, it's going to pay off here. And, with Libra energy, you think of Libra, first of all, what could be going on there? If you're Leo, you could have Libra or any of the personal planets there, Mercury, and you got the, retrograde too. If you're a late degree Leo, that just in a few days when the sun moves into Gemini, it's going to conjunct Mercury. That's real big, like Illumination City, download cities for light workers and healers and stuff, pop, pop, pop. If you're in a late degree Leo, you could be conjuncting that. But so think about that in terms here. But I like it here because it's not like a romance reading. But it kind of, to me, is something it has to be dealt with still. And that might be where we have to look here at the Ten of Swords. I compare it with the Two of Pentacles. It's like maybe you're at that position. You've been doing this work. It's the Eight of Pentacles. It's not quite Ten of Pentacles. But I would say you're in great alignment. You're doing like so good. I gotta say, we also got Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of backing up that Ten of Swords. And that Two of Swords, like, I don't know what to do. Well, here's tarot reading. Hope can help somehow. So you're trying to balance things. The Two of Pentacles, like the Eight of Pentacles, is very good energy. It's that personal energy of really taking control, doing everything right, doing what you have to do, meditating, getting your exercise, thinking positive, doing your work, and getting your life into balance. Now, what happens when you take, I'm not real good at math. God knows what you take 8 and 2, that equals 10. So now you're there. But here, this is letting go of a mental pattern, because these swords, Ten of Swords. And I think maybe, I'd love you to leave me a comment. Maybe you're doing that. This could be like, this is where you're at. You're like in the middle of doing this. This could be what that square is about. Taurus, it's kind of putting that pressure on you. It's big energy here. And, you're moving into this new, like almost 20-year cycle, really, with the nodes of leveling up here and trying to move into this position where you're really solid spiritually. It's the energy of Neptune, is the energy of spiritual, but when it's without Saturn, and Saturn is the Pentacles here, especially Ten of Pentacles, that's Saturn, then your spirituality becomes real because it's grounded. It's not just foo-foo. It's not so prone to like addictions and all of that stuff. It gets grounded out, and you become like a real spiritual like master. And then again, you look at I really love this. If you look at the advice from Spirit with the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress, could again be speaking to that Aries energy. Remember, we got the nice triangle in there. Jupiter, that's all about like philosophy, religion, spirituality, the big picture, healing. Jupiter heals. So maybe that's what's coming here. And again, with the Ace of Pentacles coming under the Ten of Swords, if you let go of anything that's negative, I know this is kind of cliche with fucking tarot reading, let go of the negative, well, of course, but that's kind of what it's saying. But it's saying like you're doing it, like you're right there. And boy, I'm fighting that battle. It's like every day, every hour, every 5 minutes, and you're going to really start like your way into this really new solid cycle, I think, here. And with the Empress here, it's really solid. It's coming under the Two of Pentacles. So I'd say too, like anything that you can do practically, because Two of Pentacles is practical. It's not the, I'm thinking good thoughts. It's okay, I'm going to change my schedule so that I have the time to do my meditation and make that happen, It's, setting up your shrine, setting up something physically, a place where you can do it, making that happen. That's the Two of Pentacles, and putting it into play. And with the Empress coming under that, it's a lot like the Ace coming under this Ten of Swords. It's, really going to make you solid. I mean, once you're the Empress, there's nowhere to go from there. I mean, you're the Empress. Man or woman, doesn't matter. I would say that's an energy of like mastering the divine feminine energy, which is a lot about acceptance. Which also, I can relate to that a lot too. I feel like all of my battle right now is it's really about acceptance, accepting God's will, accepting the will of Spirit, not trying to control everything so much, and when you have the Seven of Cups under the Lovers, remember, this is advice from Spirit for how best to connect to the divine. And I think I kind of just said it. It's not trying to control. It's not the normal meaning of the Seven of Cups, okay? Because this is a spiritual, it's different. This is the advice for how not you and your lover can best connect, but how you could best connect with your own higher self, okay? The lower mind, and connect with the higher mind. And that's kind of what I was saying, realizing that you can't control things. You can try, and maybe you have tried. As an adult child alcoholic, 12-step program, the first step, is realizing that we're powerless to solve our own problems, and we want to give ourselves to God. We want to recognize that God is the only one that can really help us. And I think that's a lot of what this is saying. And then this is talking about a choice here. And I gotta say, it's not really a relationship reading, but between the Justice and the Lovers, a choice could be coming or upon you about a lover. And it's going to be part of what I was saying about this Two of Pentacles. You're going to be trying to fit that into your life. It could also be about that Venus and Aries. You're going to fit that lover into your life here in a way that makes your spiritual work and this alignment with your higher self work and make it wholer and stronger, and doesn't take anything away from it, But this is really about making this choice. And it's also a choice to love yourself straight up, the strongest thing that is. It's all of this comes together. It's corny as hell. by loving yourself just no matter what.